Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to another live edition of Mafia Roundtable with Dominic Cicali. First off, woo, what a crazy day I'm having. Thank you, my followers, my loyal listeners. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I screwed up big time today. We're hitting a doubleheader today, folks. I'm putting in overtime for this one. I forgot. Monday night. Monday night. I loaded it up 6:30. We'll be on. I have no idea what topic, but we'll have a topic, folks. I forgot all about Monday night. Oh my lord. See what happens when Maddie's not around? Then I have to clean the house. Oh my god. And take a shower. Could you believe that? So we're coming at Monday night. We'll definitely be here 6:30. We'll be live Monday Night Mayhem, Mafia Monday Night Mayhem, prime time. Watch it, and it'll be a doozy. But today we'll start off. Wait till some more viewers come on. I'm going to read some of the comments from my preview, so we'll hit them up. There's a few that made me laugh. Actually, thank you for the comment about Monday night. Keep doing what you're doing, Dom. I love the content. Thank you. I appreciate it. Hey, Dom, hope you and Maddie are well. Sending all my support from Australia. Thank you, Australia. Couldn't ask for any more support. I mean, it's great. So we have our first negative one. How did the chin attend? So, people, stay tuned. See who filled in his shoes. Never said the chin attended. It said Genovese crime family. I think so. I'm pretty sure. Maybe I made a mistake, but I know he was away in 97. So stay tuned. But they did attend. So it was put together with the Genovese crime family. Dom, great content. Thank you. Funny how you haven't mentioned charity. Yes, I did. I did mention the charity. There was only, I think, 140, say $150 donated. I doubled it. I made it 300. Just waiting to do one more, and then we'll go out there and we'll see who'll be receiving these funds. Who people that need it. That's who. So we'll be doing that. We'll be following up. Happy wife, happy life. Oh, that's BS. I don't want to hear that. So you're so right. It's hard to stay focused. Oh, yes, it is. It is hard. The chin was walking around in New York in his robe. Yeah, I know that in itself was definitely an embarrassment. Definitely. But to each his own. Bring Gene on today. Not Gene. And then here, no Monday Night Mafia. We are having Monday Night Mafia. Today's going to be a doubleheader because I messed up. So stay tuned. We're coming out tonight. I'll hook up something good. I'll make a prison thing. So we'll see. Let's see. Hey Dom, you look happy now. Don't bullshit. You can't wait till mommy gets home. Maddie is the backbone of your life. Yes, she is. She is. Especially since Fluff is not around anymore. So, yeah, women are the biggest pains in the asses. But at the end of the day, they are our strength, our support. And the majority of them always have our back, except when you go to jail. I'm sorry, folks. I've had bad experiences. Every time I went to jail, I get left. They dump me. So, but this one, this is my Velcro. She ain't going anywhere. Trust me. But it is what it is. It's sad, but what can you do? There was a comment I read, and I just lost it. And I found this funny. Let me see. Where is it? Where is it? And somebody. Okay, here we go. You and my father ended up in Costa Rica, so I'd like to know who the father was. Or somewhere together when the firm went on vacation. That is true. We were in, I think, Puerto Rico and Costa Rica. I don't know, but you're right. He says you were handing out money, and that was glowing on the bar. I don't know, but I had a lot of fun. So whoever you are, that is true. And he mentioned the young lady I was with, my daughter's mother. So that's true. So there is some. Your father's correct. So we have, we'll wait a little while. But first, I have to thank my sponsor, EG Vodka. People go to egvodka.com, order it today. I mean, you hear the comments, it's excellent, hands down. I think it was David said he had 3 bottles he ordered. He had a little party, all of it gone. And the neighbor wound up taking half a bottle of the rosemary lavender with them. So people, I'm telling you, it's that good. Just order your vodka today. Even if you give it out as gifts, you will not be disappointed. People will be, they'll ask you, where'd you get this vodka from? And then plug them in, egvodka.com. Still trying to work on that case thing. My day screwed up. I do have a meeting about 3:30 with regards to that. And we'll see if we could get this accomplished for everybody out there. So stay tuned, stay posted. And I should have the answer by hopefully 6:30 show. So stay tuned. But go to egvodka.com, order it today. You will not be disappointed. That's for sure. And for all you kids out there, do not glamorize any of these stories. The streets are not your friends. Mafia is not your friends. Of course, they're going to lure you in. It's tempting. They might lend you some money. Don't worry about it. Bring you in, show you how things operate. Stay away. Stay away. Get a job. Get a job, definitely. Now, with that, hopefully kids out there will listen, and we'll just keep on plugging away. I'll just keep on being repetitive. So we'll read a few of these comments before we get started. Did you ever have any dealings with The Undertaker? If you're talking about Ralphie Balsamo, yes, I did not care for him. 2 different characters. I'm talking about myself and Ralphie. Ralphie's the type that'll stand on a corner in the summertime dressed in a suit that's way too tight for him. And I passed a joke to somebody. He has the funeral home. I said, I'm really upset because when my uncle was buried, we opened up the casket at the when they were getting ready to, and they took his suit. Ralphie's wearing everybody's suits. That's why they were too small. But joking aside, Ralphie's the type of guy stands on the corner, talks out of the side of his mouth. Then when an altercation occurred, he didn't even get off the bar stool. That to me is not a sign of a good wise guy in the makings. Now I guess he was elevated, said as to a captain. They'll put anybody up these days. And, you could throw stones at me saying, well, you ratted, he didn't. True. That's 1,000% true. Can't debate that. But as far as quality, being a street guy, tough guy, he's not that. He didn't even stand up for his own brother, meaning me, when I had an altercation and we had maybe 15 guys on one guy. It just happens that way, folks. You're in the neighborhood bar. Everybody knows you. They're getting your side regardless. And Ralphie didn't even get off the bar. He should have gotten off. The kid he was sitting with, the young kid, the young thug, got off the bar and was jumping in. I mean, the guy had no chance. So I'll go into that story again. We'll reiterate because the guy's mother happened to be part of the UN. And it just so happened, he got messed up bad, but so be it. So let's go into some more. Let's see what else. Let's try from the beginning for the guys first who came on. German, thank you. All your love and support. It's greatly appreciated. I know. I wish you could try EG. When you come to the States, we'll make sure you have it. That's for sure. Okay, this is from Anthony. Dom, I stand corrected. Molino is going to read Joe Barone's 302s on his show. He said 302s is 10 feet tall. Listen, I'm laughing because that fucker, Joe Barone, he was working for the government 19 years. 19 years. I'm like, holy shit. He worked it. But you know what? He could have jammed me up anytime he wanted to, and he didn't. He could have cased me up easy, and he didn't. So I give Joe much love. Joe worked the system. I'm laughing because that man, 19 years he was working for the feds. Oh man, he had me. He had me. He could have got me easy, easy. And you'll hear Joe Barone stories. He's going to come on. A lot of laughs, a lot of fun. I have a lot of love for him. I'm like, damn. Even Vinny tried getting him to testify against me. He wouldn't do it. Wouldn't do it, folks. Wouldn't testify against me. That's blood. So, let's see. What else do we have? And I didn't even start yet. Um, did he already tell the commission story? No, I didn't tell it yet. I'm waiting for viewers to come on, but I'll tell it now since you asked. Okay, it was in the it was in 2000s. Joe Messino and the West Side, they got together to call a meeting, and the meeting was held in Louis Restivo's basement. Louis Restivo was a soldier in the Bonanno crime family. At one time, I'm pretty sure he was a capo, but he was demoted to soldier, and he worked Joe Messino's restaurant. He was the face there. Him and Anthony Elmont, they both worked there. And there was another guy, Alfred. The three of them, they all worked in Joe Messino's restaurant and took care of things for Joe. Sal Vitale drove Joe Waverly there to the meeting. Anthony Graziano also drove Lil Larry, Lawrence Tico, I'm sorry. And that was the Genovese representative. At the time, he was a captain. And Tico, I'm calling him Tico, so that's what I know him by. He was very close with Quiet Dom. Very, very close. And the Tico, I'll tell you a Tico story after this story. Joe Messino drove Pete Gotti and Louis Bagels, the Dome. Pete Gotti, we know, with the Gambinos, Louis Bagels with the Lucchese's, Tico Genovese, and we have Waverly with the Colombos. So there's the five families, folks. That's who was there for the meeting. And it happened in Louis Restivo's basement. Sal Vitale and Graziano waited upstairs while the meeting went forward. It was decided during that meeting that no one could get straightened out. Here's where it comes in. Who has been involved in junk, meaning when they say junk, I think it's heroin. So there was my point. In the past 5 years. So there's where the 5-year moratorium took place. So as soon as that came out, as soon as Vinny put me in. So right there, it stopped me. And I'm like, Vinny, but they said junk because Vinny mentioned junk. I said, Coke is not junk. Junk is heroin. No, Bo, they meant drugs. They meant drugs. So that's where I got the bitter taste in my mouth. So otherwise, I would have been straightened out back then. But you know what? So bad. I'm glad it didn't happen. It happened when it did happen. And just the way it is. What else? No one can be straightened out. It was also decided new members must be Italian on both sides. That didn't live long, and neither did the junk thing live long, especially this day and age. When you have new people shifting, it's disgusting. We had Junior Persico, who was the boss of that crime family of the Colombos. Ali Boyd Persico was the acting boss, and Joe Waverly was the consigliere at that time. And then we had Pete Gotti. He was the boss of the Gambinos at that time. And Jojo Carrazzo was the consigliere. And as we know, Vincent the Chin Gigante, he was the official boss of the Genovese crime family. And the Lucchese's, Louis Bagels, Louis Didone was the acting boss. Vicamuso was the boss. And Louis Bagels, Louis Didone, great guy, loved him, great personality. I did happen to see him one time when I was home in AC. He was with another guy who was walking around. I was walking, we passed across. Louis he gave a quick hug, separated, went our ways. I wasn't straightened out at the time, but at the time he was the acting boss for the Lucchese's. And just we separate ways. I didn't know if he was still on probation. I know I was on supervised release, so with the cameras and everything, we just parted because that wasn't a good place to reunite with somebody. We even have the Cavalcante family who they weren't present at that meeting, but John Riggy was the boss. I did time with John Riggy. We were in Cumberland, Maryland, in brand new facility. He was there. This guy was a walkaholic, and you would never believe. I was told he was an obese man on the street. He was down to nothing, a bag of bones. This man walked the track like there was no tomorrow. Like I mean, he walked. He put his miles in, but that's good, you know. Let me see what we have. We had the acting boss of the Devacanti family. They wanted to put in. They wanted to induct New York residents into their ranks, people from New York. That was shot down quick. All the 5 families knocked it down. That was part of the discussion. So, folks, there was a meeting, commission meeting, but it's a joke. They talked about the drugs in 2000. Then he's like, "Don't worry, you're not gonna have to wait 5 years." I didn't wait 5 years. People came out; they were getting straightened out. There's a guy too, and I'm not going to mention his name. I have a lot of respect for him. But he was out of Harlem, big drug dealer back in the day. I had forgot about him. I even did time with him too. As soon as he came out of prison, he got straightened out. I'm like, Vinny, what the F? They straightened him out. Like, I'm not going to say we're family, so I don't want to peg it. The guy's still out there, I think. Still alive. But I'm like, what the heck? Vinny says, I know, Bo. I know I got it. And then with the both sides, Italian, they don't listen. I mean, it's not like the old days when the bosses made something law, it stood up. You have everybody moving around, shifting. You don't know. One day you have one guy. Next day there's another acting boss, and they change everything. They want to, beat to their own drum, and that's what weakened Cosa Nostra. That really destroyed the life as well. You can't do that. You have guys in power. It's just it's not a good look because everybody wants to be the head, I would say cock, the rooster. So the head rooster, but it's not that. And folks, there was even a time Messina went on the lam in the early 90s. It's funny. Messina knew a case was coming down. The case did come down. He's on the lam with Goldie. They were staying somewhere upstate, and I'm not going to say where. But they were there for like 2.5 years. Joe waited till basically the case was wrapped up, popped up, figured this is the best time, no co-defendants. And that's when I'm pretty sure Joe took his plea. But it's funny how, how the life is. And you know what? And I want to comment on this. I saw the John and Gene show well, it's not John and Gene, so it's the Odd Couple. But Gene was on it yesterday. And Gene asked Daylight, hey, what do you feel about Joey Molino? And John gave his opinion. Like, you just don't do it. But I like John's answer. He was talking about, well, who are the guys in New York? Like, the Mafia guys are always breaking their own rules anyway. So, kudos to him. He's doing it good. But, in our eyes, in the life, these are things you don't do. But like A-Light said, kudos to him. He's standing up. He's doing his own thing. But these mob bosses, they break their own damn rules. Don't sell drugs. Don't sell drugs. But if I'm giving you $200,000 a month from drug proceeds, you're taking the money and I'm doing drugs. So that's hypocritical. And that's just the way the life is. It's just disgusting. And it's just treachery, every turn. It's really disgusting, folks. You don't know, like every time they're coming up with different stories, different things you have to abide by. And it's like, are you kidding me? Are you joking? And it's just, there's no more substance behind it the way it was back in the day. It's just, it became all about the dollar, the almighty dollar. And when you're putting money ahead of friendship, then there's no loyalty. There's none. So I'll go into some more questions. Oh, I was going to tell a story. What the heck was it? Was it a jail story? Somebody remind me, please. I'm going too fast. Oh, it was about a prison. Where were we? Okay, well, I'll come back. I'll answer some questions. Yesterday there was a post that Gene was arrested again. No, Gene's out. Gene's out. Unless he got arrested last night, he's out. Gene's not arrested. Dom, aka Rap Don. Thanks. Oh, Ralphie Balsamo. Yeah, what was it with Ralphie? No, I said that with Ralphie though. What he did. Oh well, you know what? Oh, Tico. Thank you. It was with Tico. We're in prison. We're in the MDC lockup together. Quiet Dom's in there. Tico's in there, and they're having co-defendant me, and Dom introduces me to Tico on the visit, like when we're out together. And I get friendly with him. I'm going down. I have about 4 lawyers at the time, so they're all coming different times, calling me down. Investigators for the case, paralegals. So I'm out, and the visits pretty frequent. So I see Tico. Now, folks, I'm looking at a death penalty case, all right, or life in prison, one or the other. And Tico's dumb, which he's shaking his head. What's the matter, Tico? You all right? Yeah, I don't know what I should do. They just offered me a plea. I'm thinking, all right, he's an older guy. They offered him 15 years, 10 years. Okay, he's going to be sick. How much time? He's like, 2.5 years. I bursted out laughing. I said, 2.5 years? You can't do that. That's too long. So I'm breaking his ball. Oh no, don't do 2.5. You have to be crazy. You can't take that. That's a death sentence for you. I know. I can't believe it. And he's stressing. So I go back. I tell Dom. I'm like, hey Dom, he was crying about his 2.5 years. So I was breaking his balls. I left it at that. And Dom says, oh, what a headache. And Dom doesn't care. They were getting him a lawyer, a high-profile lawyer. Dom said, don't waste your money. He went with a paralegal, not a paralegal, a public defender. He said, Dom, I went with this public defender. I don't care. They're like, what are they going to do to me? I'm looking at a few years. No big deal. So it's about maybe a week later. Dom comes to me. Now I'm in my room reading the book, knocks on the door. Come on in. He comes in. And he's shaking his head, smirking. He says, you fucked up. I said, what are you talking about? And I started laughing like I know where he's going. Oh, my God. The headache I got. You told Tico, like, that's way too long? Please don't do that. This guy didn't stop. I don't even want, and Dom's like, I don't even want to go to the co-defendant meetings anymore. It was funny. You just had to be there. I'm like, all right, I won't do it anymore. Next time I saw Tico, I'm like, Tico, take the plea. It's well worth it. Take the plea. You'll be fine. How much time you have in there now? He said, 6 months. You only have to do 2 years, less than 2 years. You're downhill. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You want to take my time? I'm looking at life with a death penalty. We could switch. He's like, no. I said, son, don't worry. You'll be all right. And that was it. But it was funny. Just comical, folks, in jail. Sometimes people just, I don't know, they trip out about time. When you're sitting there, it's like, oh. But once you get to an institution, after everybody who knows who did time, once you're out of that detention center, you're at an FCI or a USP where you're running the compound, it's much better, much better. Jeremy, thank you for your contribution. Dom, you should call for a sit down with, you mean Scammy, not Sammy, Scammy. No, Scammy will take one on his platform. He'll try to take everything. He still thinks he's in the Mafia. I would love to have it. You know what? Tell Scammy I will accept the sit down, but we're doing it on No Excuses, Mikey Scars' show. We'll go to his show if he allows us. I'm sure he will. Dom, why did Hippie have it out for you? I'll answer the first part of the question, because he called you a rat. Was it possible he was going to kill you before you killed him? Also, why do they call him Hippie? That's a good question with Hippie. I don't know, because he was always clean-shaven, good-looking kid growing up. Still good, probably good-looking guy. He had it out for me because I robbed him. I put a 45 to him in the car, took his half a key of Coke, kicked him out of the car, and he just walked out of the car, and that was it. Next time I saw them, again, I had a Derringer, in my hand. They came up. They saw I had something. I'm waving them to come. They left. So that was just his frustrations. I robbed him. I robbed him, made him look stupid. And so he put a label on me. But there was times where I went looking for him. I'll tell that story with Joe Barone. Joe Barone was aware of it. And that's where one of the things where Joe could have jammed me up real quick. I went loaded for bear with Tippy. I was going to shoot him. I'm not sure kill him, but I know he's definitely going to get shot. I was going to shoot him. Maybe kill him. I don't know. It's just depends. I can't say no for that. But so that's why he put a label on me. Dom, did Vinny ever raise his voice to you? Did you ever disobey an order from him? What happened if you do? Yes, Vinny raised his voice one time to me. It was my fault. There was at the time, and I told the story, it was with Sal the Iron Worker. Michael Knowles passed a bad message to Vinny. Said that Sal the Iron Worker said A, B, and C, which wasn't true. Michael embellished. So when Vinny said that, Louis Electric was there, who was an acting captain at that time. And I turned around to Vinny. I said, F him. When I see him, there's going to be an issue. Like, how dare he? Because that didn't happen. And Vinny turned around. It caught Vinny a second. Like, Vinny wasn't going to yell. And I saw, remembered Louis was there. So I left him no choice. So he got into me. Don't ever speak to me like this. I run this family. You're going to listen. I apologize. You're right. And I left it at that. Then when Louis left, he's like, Bo, why'd you do that? Like, Vinny, I didn't realize. It was my fault. I deserved it. He said, now you make me feel bad. Now I feel bad. And he's like, come on, let's go to McDonald's. But that was the only time. And then another time in the visiting room, we both went at it. Heated argument. But those are the only two times the whole time I was with him. And that was it. Did I ever disobey an order from Vinny? Absolutely not. The only order I disobeyed was becoming a rat. That was it. And that wasn't an order. It was just, it's the only thing I ever did that I'm sure upset him. Dom, did you ever meet Stevie Beef? No, I didn't. No, I didn't. Not to my recollection. Excellent. Thank you, Dom. Oh, you're welcome, Truth. David, thank you. Best sandwich. Whoa. What's that? Best sandwich, peppers, eggs, and sausage, and peppers, chicken, palm, or meatball, palm. I gotta go. Peppers and eggs. Oh, lunchtime. Listen, the best, I loved my sausage, peppers, and eggs, potatoes and eggs on Italian bread with hot cherry peppers in it. My grandmother, I remember, saw my father a few times when he was in jail. I thought it was college. At the time, I was young. And they said they're going to college. And my grandmother, we could bring sandwiches in. And I used to love those sandwiches. But, yeah, my grandmother was great with that. Potatoes and eggs, peppers and eggs, sausage, peppers and eggs. Oh, you're making my mouth water. David, that's messed up. That's messed up. But thank you again for your contribution. Thank you for always showing me the love and support on this channel. It's greatly appreciated. Half a kilo? Damn, Dom. Hey, is what it is. Took it. Gunpoint. Took the half a key. And the best part, I wasn't intending to rob him. I told him. I was living in Florida. I came up. My old partner, Michael Sullivan, needed a kilo. So he says, I have a half a key. I said, all right, bring it. I says, Hippie, do me a favor. Just wait in the car. I'm going to park. I'm going to walk to his house. I'll come back and I'll pay. No. I want to go. I want to meet him. No, because I knew what time it was. No. It's not happening. He kept on insisting. So I robbed him. That's it. Now I take it from you. So Joe never cared what New York thinks. He never did. Okay, that's good. Oh, Joey talking about Molino. Listen, he's his own boss. He's his own boss. He could do whatever he wants. That's good. That's really good. So, I give him props for it. Listen, he took over a family. So he's there for many years. He could do what he wants, but I could have my opinion, what I think of it. All you're doing is putting your guys at jeopardy. I don't care how you frame it, how you word it, what you're gonna say. Mafia is not supposed to be on social media, period. Mafia is not supposed to be out in the limelight. It's supposed to be an underground society, but he could do what he wants. So kudos to him for doing it. Kudos to him for basically telling everybody F off. Give him respect for that. He's his own man. 1990, Frankie's Pizzeria on Crosby Avenue. Ralphie Balsamo got slapped up, didn't do nothing. In the 90s, I was locked up. So this is the first, like me, wasn't like me or you. Oh, Guy. Hey, what's up, Guy? Okay. Guy's from the neighborhood. He was born with money. Yeah, and a silver spoon in his mouth. That's true. His father, Dutchy, I think his name was, Dutchy Balsamo. They had Balsamo's funeral home. And yeah, came from money, just like Sally Locker, Jr. Came up beautiful home. Father was a big drug dealer at that time. Big money. Always, I remember going to the beach. That we're maybe 13, 14. And at that time, people, it wasn't like today. Young kids with money, they had stacks of money. I'm like, damn. Like, I'm over here with $1 trying to buy a soda, and he's over there with stacks. But they came up with money. So, Matthew Wells, I'm a friend for meatballs. Oh, you like meatball? Listen, I like a good meatball sub as well. Give me that any day. Dom, you haven't mentioned EG. Okay. Guys, go to egvodka.com. The smoothest vodka on the market, hands down. You will not be disappointed. You see the comments with people that bought it. And I could verify. So if anybody's BSing, I'll call you out. But EG vodka, gluten-free, organic. I mean, it's unbelievable. It's distilled one time with gravity fed into coconut tusk. It's the cleanest vodka on the market. Hands down by sure. You will not be disappointed. Try it. You'll like it. 3 flavors. We have the regular, actually 2 flavors, rosemary lavender and the Earl Grey sage. EG Vodka, go there today, egvodka.com, order it now, and hit subscribe too. I'm asking for a lot, but if I get half, I'm okay. Are you guys shaking down McDonald's for filet of fish every week? Oh, you know what? I need to try that. I'll tell you one thing. We used to go by the pizzerias at night before they're closing and get all the like leftovers. That's, instead of them throwing them out, they would give them to us. Sometimes they didn't, but we shake down the pizzerias at night. And sometimes they still try to sell us. They have everything closed. But we had fun. I had fun growing up in the Bronx, that's for sure. Xavier James, Dom, you should do some prison cooking meals. Stuff you would make inside. You know what? I thought about that with the stinger, the hot plates. But our boy Joey came out with it. He beat me to it. So I don't want to be. And then I have all these haters and trolls out there saying, Dom, I copied him. But no, listen, we did some nachos. Oh, my Lord. My nachos were the bomb. People, I'm going to give you guys a recipe, so get your pens out. Get Doritos. Get Velveeta cheese. It comes in a cup. Get a cup of Velveeta cheese. Get some Slim Jims. Okay? The can of chicken. You could use real chicken, but get the can because it's shredded. Onions. Tomato. And if you want, you could use garlic. Don't. It depends how I felt. Jalapenos. Chop everything up. Okay, put your Doritos. What I would do first, let me back up. I would take my chicken, I'd microwave it, I'd dry it out. So it's pretty dry. Put that to the side. I would take my my pepperoni, the Slim Jims, chop them up, throw them in the microwave, dry them out. Really, I would dry them out. So they're like crunchy. Put them to the side. Take my Doritos, put them in the pot, Now I'll sprinkle a layer of chicken, onion, jalapeno, the pepperoni, then put the cheese over it, another layer, and so on. Throw that in the microwave for maybe 5 to 10 minutes. It comes out. Oh my Lord. Excellent. Try it. You'll like it. Really good. So that's a jailhouse meal for you. Then I'll tell you what we used to do with the random soups, ramen soups, that is. So that's another thing, but that's for another show. Tonight we're coming again. Mafia Monday Mayhem, 6:30. My bad, folks. I forgot every Monday. So you have a doubleheader today. You have two shows. So, and I'm not changing my shirt. So you can forget about it. Unless I do have to go out and come back. You'll see me with different clothes. So, from the Bronx, respect for turning your life around. Thank you, BX. Listen, it's hard. It wasn't easy. Till this day, it's not easy. You have to deal with a lot of different personalities, especially coming out on YouTube, hearing people say things, saying nasty things. It makes them feel good because they're low. They have no self-esteem for themselves. Look at them. They look hideous on their shows. These trolls, hideous. They sound like drug addicts, and yet they want to post like ridiculous photos, like to make fun. If that's what makes them feel good, keep on doing it. Wish you the best, and have fun doing it. I don't have to do that to people to pat myself on the back. Ha ha ha! Look, I made fun of somebody. To me, that's all they have. So they're. Now, I wouldn't even say like this. So, Dom, did Vinny or Tony Green speak Italian? No. No one spoke Italian. It's all English. Vinny doesn't know Italian, other than maybe a few words here and there. Tony Green, I don't know. I never heard him speak Italian. Let's see. I wanted Marigotti. I settled for grilled cheese of the Radiator. You know what? You're right. The Radiator, when I was in Lewisburg, they had the steam pipes. When I was in segregation over there, they have the steam pipes that go through each floor. We would take, because you're allowed decaf, well, not decaf, but instant coffee. So what we would do is fill up a bag of water, tie it to the steam pipe that wraps around, put a blanket, like a towel around it. Not too much because otherwise it's going to spill over, but just enough that it's touching the pipe. And then you have hot boiling water to make your coffee. Same thing with grilled cheese. You put it on the radiator, come back. By the end of the day, you have a grilled cheese sandwich. So things you have to do. Giovanni, let's see. Dom, any dealings with Hamilton, Montreal, or Toronto faction? No, never any dealings with them. The only people I met from there were the mules bringing down the ecstasy pills, the marijuanas. But no, that was Vinny. Vinny would go there and deal directly with them, or Sal the Ironworker would go up. So, Phil Leotardo on The Sopranos quote. Okay, I have no idea where you're going with that. How'd you meet Vinny again? Through Bruno? Yes, I met Vinny through Bruno. Bruno I met in prison. Bruno knew my family very well, my Uncle Peter. They used to bang around together, do coke together back in the day, party. My uncle was very close with a guy named Slugger, who I think was a Bonanno. I'm not sure. But he was very close with Bruno. They had a good group. So I know when Slugger got killed, Bruno was in jail. Bruno was extremely upset about that. But so be it. In that life, you don't know who's going to get you. That's why kids stay away from the streets. They're not your friends, that's for sure. Is there any Kimura? No, not that I know of. I don't know of any Kimura in New York. Could be, possibility, but I don't know. Did Rizzuto become their own family? The Rizzutos? Yes, they did. They are their own families. They are not part of the Bonanno crime family anymore, from what I heard. Dom, any more get together at the restaurant in Tampa? I missed the last one. Yeah, we're looking to. Gene wants to do a live out there at Bocelli's. People go there. It's modern Italian food. It's really good. Ask for Mike. Tell him I sent you. He'll take care of you. And it's also the home of EG Vodka too. So yeah, there is plans on doing something. We just have to see when I have time to get out there. Maybe this week. I'm actually considering going out there for Friday. Do Fridays live. Do some pre-recordings with Gene that we have it in the SKUs and go. So is Bruno a high-ranking capo? Bruno was a capo when his father was alive. After his father was killed, Bruno got taken down, obviously. And then when Bruno came home, I know Vinny made me his acting captain, and we sat down with Bruno to let him know. And Bruno understood. Bruno's a man in himself. Bruno's secure. He's not about positions. He is a man's man. That hands down. And Bruno said, no, you don't even have to go there. I know. Dominic's with you every day, so it's better off. And Bruno knew. Bruno has the same power as a captain, as an underboss. Bruno is well-liked, well-respected out there. So, and hopefully Bruno is staying away from all the BS. He doesn't need it. And I wouldn't want to see him do life in prison because his next bid, he's probably going to die in prison. Unless he turns out to be like Sonny Franchise and lives to 104. God bless. Do you think Joseph Camerano can make a comeback now that Mancuso's back on a violation prison? Not with Johnny Joe in position. Johnny Joe would never allow it. Johnny Joe has too much respect. And then also Johnny Joe, listen, there's Bruno out there, Anthony Donato. I don't know if they're still part of the life or involved. But, it's not going to happen. If Johnny Joe wasn't there, I would say there's a strong possibility. Definitely. But Joe Camerano's a good guy. I like him. Oh, Dom, let's hear the story about Chuck Zito. You know what? I'm putting that one down. I forgot. We'll do that tonight at the 6:30 prime time, along with maybe a murder story. I'll give you guys a special today, doubleheader. ZITTO Chuck. We'll tell the Chuck story tonight. Okay, it's here on my note on my table, so we're good to go with that. How was Bruno making money when you were around him? Also, did Bruno hate Mike the Nose? Same as you guys. Bruno knew him to be a washwoman, a punk. That's it. I don't know about hate. He really didn't know him that well, but we were so tight, Vinny, Bruno, and myself, that we were real tight. So if one of us didn't like somebody, it followed. Excuse me. I apologize. As far as how he made money, he had a job with Walsh Trucking, which is a major trucking company, and the office job, and that was it. And then with the sports book, we'd take care of him. He had the marijuana that would come down from Canada with Vinny, the ecstasy as well. So, little street hustles there. We'd win on our book. We'd have a big week. We'd throw him some money, 5 or 10,000. So he made his money. He did well for himself. Good morning, Mr. Sicali. Have you watched any of the mob shows out there like Tulsa King, Bad Bloods, and Lilyhammer on Netflix? Bad Blood is about the Rizzutos. Yeah, I saw Bad Blood a little bit while back. I like Tulsa King. I think it could have been a lot better scripted. But I like the format. I think with the right writers or somebody who knows the life inside and out, little tweaks here and there, I think it could be a major, major success. Major success. I do like. I like it. Does Vinny Basciano still have a say in things today? I'm not sure. If he does or doesn't, I doubt it. But I'm sure if he wants something done, it could get done. Respect all women. Absolutely 10,000%. And folks, it's not only about putting your hands on a woman. It's about verbal abuse as well. About even when people that want to disrespect Maddie over here, that's disgusting. Like, really, that's trolling. So let's disrespect a woman to get at me. And that, like I said, I'm not going to stand for. So any of that getting deleted from here. But yeah, women should be definitely respected. That's for sure. Chuck is a class act, tough dude. Chuck Zito, absolutely. Absolutely. But I'll tell you one thing, and I'll tell you the story. He had respect for us, a lot of respect. Um, let's see what else we have. CJ, thank you for the contribution. DeVito Rizzuto make Joe Bravo. I don't know who Joe Bravo is. He wasn't Italian. I don't know Joe Bravo, and that I'm not sure about. So sorry about that. I did like the scene when. Oh, you're talking about in the movie. I don't know if it's the movie. I have no clue. Wow, was Bruno actually worked the job? Or was it a no show? No, he went there every day. He was there. He was out in Jersey. That's why even when I was living out in Jersey, I would go visit him. So I wasn't violating going out of state. I was just violating seeing the convicted felon. But Bruno was there every day. He had his own office. He has a little workout thing, can of tuna fish in his drawer with bottled water, vitamins. Bruno, that's why we called him Cuckoo. So Bruno's comical. Named him Cuckoo and the court gesture. And I had a lot of fun with him. You know what? I'm going to tell a Bruno story too. Girl. I'm going to tell a story about, I'll remember her name in a minute. Lisa. Stay tuned, 6:30, folks, live. Mafia Monday Mayhem. Monday Mafia Mayhem. Coming at you prime time, 6:30. We're going to get everybody geared up before football. But I'll tell the story about Bruno and Lisa. So wait till you hear this one. It was funny. Is it normal for a made man to work? Absolutely. There's a lot of made guys, they work 9 to 5. Just guys like myself. I know wasn't my thing, wasn't Vinny's thing. But you have a lot of guys working 9 to 5 jobs. That's for sure. They have to support their family. Do you have any stories from Flatbush Avenue in Brooklyn? No, I don't. Only one time I went out there, and after really I'll tell it. I'll tell it. And you guys will help me out the area. So I wasn't sure, but I'll tell you who was there in the Gambinos out there that I had to meet. Chuck Zito beat up Henry Hill. Not that I heard of, but there is somebody he did knock out, and I'll tell that story too. Dom, how are you, brother? You ever hear about the story about Steven Seagal and the Gambinos? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. He was around the Gambinos. He feared them. I think it was Pete Gotti. I think he was close to. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure it was Pete Gotti, and he was scared shit of them, from what I heard. He's a bad boy with his hands, don't get me wrong, but hands can't stop lead. That's for sure. No, let's see what else we have. Oh, who do you got? Raiders or Lions? I wouldn't pick my Raiders if I were you. You know what? Since you say that, give me the Raiders. I'll take the Raiders. All right. There we go. I always go for the underdog. Give me the Raiders. So my mom grew up on Flatbush Avenue in the 60s and 80s. Well, 60s, I wasn't around. Later 60s, I was just born. So, somebody likes the Lions. Sammy said Steven was crying on the witness stand. I don't know what Scammy said or didn't say, but Scammy I think's a little delusional at times. Oh, Chuck Zito sucker punched him. Let me tell you something, folks. When you get into a street fight, you're not going to tell somebody to put their hands up unless you want to. Very few. I've done it on a few occasions, but most of them, I'm swinging first. I'm just going to swing first. But as I got older, more secure, I would tell somebody, come on, put your hands up. I'm giving you a shot here. And, is what it is. Sammy had to remind Segal that crying isn't true Cosa Nostra. Scammy's out of his mind. I'm going to answer two more questions, folks. We're going to wrap it up because we're coming out tonight live. 6:30, prime time. Mafia Monday Mayhem. Monday Mafia Mayhem. I don't know how I worded it, but I worded it. So coming at you live, prime time tonight. Doubleheader today, folks. So I messed up, but coming at you live, 6:30. People go to egvodka.com, order it today. You will not be disappointed. Once I could get, if we're free shipping for 6 bottles or more, you have to try it. Load up with some friends, get it. It's like going to a liquor store, paying liquor store prices without shipping. You're getting it right at your door. Folks, I mean, it's arriving to some people from looking within 2 to 3 days. It's there from your order. So load up even for the holidays. They're great gifts, excellent vodka. Thank you for the contribution. Get Michael F. pizza receipt and let's open a pizzeria. Listen, I've always wanted to open a pizzeria. Just might do so. I don't know. But very profitable. A lot of work. You have to put out that quality, though, definitely. Dom, would you ever get another Busa? Absolutely. I would definitely get another. And he means a Hayabusa, folks. That's a GSXR 1300 Suzuki. Love those bikes. Love them. But, my wife tells me grow up. And I'm like, no, I don't want to grow up. I'm a Toys R Us kid. For those of you who know what Toys R Us is, shame they're not around. CJ, how can a maid guy work 9 to 5 on call 24/7? That's a good question. They do work 9 to 5. They have their pages on them. Something happened, they would have to leave work. But usually during the daytime, you don't have situations. And you respect people with their jobs. People do have to make a living. Not everybody can make their money off the streets. So it is what it is. But that was a good question, CJ. Stop lying. Sammy ain't say that. Okay. Who knows what would come out of Sammy's mouth, though, Xavier? Sammy is comical, though. That's for sure. You got to give him that. Dom, any plans for an Irish whiskey offering? Not yet. Not yet. We're actually, I had plans to see the distiller, to go out there and see what other products he has, maybe put it under the EG label. And all those bottles up there, those are all the mezcals that we'll be bringing into the country, hopefully before the year's out. So we just have to get the licensing filled out, and that's it. We're good to go. Off to the races. Everybody, thank you for all the love and support. For all your haters out there, thank you for the love and support. For all you trolls out there, go blank yourselves and go find something better to do with your life than troll me. Peace out. Have a great day. See everybody tonight, 6:30 p.m. prime time. I'm going to put out a preview, so you'll see what the show is about. So I have some work to do. I have to get busy. It's already 1 o'clock. Everybody have a great day. Wish everybody the best. See you tonight at 6:30 prime time.